Hello, fellow investor. I welcome you to this channel. In this video, we look at the earnings expectations for RTX. RTX is reporting third quarter earnings on Tuesday, October 21st, before the market open. So what can we expect from RTX moving into the earnings? We are going to cover several topics to help set expectations moving forward. We will review the current price chart and trend charts along with some key valuation, growth, and profitability metrics from Seeking Alpha and FastGraphs. I'll also provide an update on my RTX portfolio holdings and performance. Let's get started.
RTX is scheduled to report third quarter earnings on Tuesday, October 21st before the market open. In the previous quarter, RTX reported revenue of $21.58 billion, beating revenue estimates by $948.91 million. RTX reported earnings of $1.56, beating estimates by 13 cents per share. For this quarter, the revenue estimate is $21.32 billion with earnings of $1.41 per share. Over the last 90 days, 4 analysts raised estimates and 11 analysts lowered estimates. RTX meets or beats analysts' one-year forward estimates 91% of the time. RTX is showing negative relative strength going into earnings. The options market is pricing an implied move of plus or minus 5.3%.
Looking at the RTX one-year daily price chart, we can see that RTX has traded very well since the April lows during the tariff announcements. Recently, it's been trading at all-time highs, but over the past week with the increased tariff rhetoric, we've had about a 7% pullback. The 20-day moving average is reached its peak and is decreasing slightly at the moment. The 50-day moving average is still increasing, and the 200-day moving average is also increasing. The RSI is currently sitting at 41. That would be a nice area to hold into the earnings and see if we can get a reversal in this downtrend. The PPO did have a bearish crossover in bullish territory, but the delta between the 12-day and the 26-day moving averages are increasing at the moment. The accumulation has been really good. It did reach a peak about a month or two ago and has been declining but looks to be leveling off. The money flow is currently negative. When we look at the performance over the past year compared to the S&P 500, it has outperformed by 11%. It's outperformed the industrial sector by 14.77%. It has underperformed aerospace industry group by 7.5%, while that industry group is outperforming the S&P 500 by 20.21%. And one of the things that's interesting about RTX is from a seasonality perspective, the next 5 months are some of the strongest months for RTX, returning on average 12.37% for the last 13 years. So keeping that in mind, if we do see some additional weakness, it might be time to consider picking up a few shares of RTX as we move into the strongest 5 months from a seasonality perspective. RTX has performed very well when comparing the PPO longer-term averages. It's also performed very well in the medium term, underperforming just 3 or 4 weeks. at the beginning of 2025, and it is showing a little bit of weakness in the short term, but those averages are decreasing and getting closer together. So that's good news. Even though we're underperforming in the short term, we could see a reversal in that very soon. Turning our attention to the valuation, growth, and profitability metrics from Seeking Alpha, the forward PE for RTX is 26.37 times compared to the sector median of 20.98 times. The expected revenue growth rate for RTX is 9.58% compared to the sector median at 4.79%. And the expected EPS growth rate for RTX is 9.46% compared to the sector median at 8.10%. And the net margin for RTX is 7.35% compared to the sector median at 6.04%. Looking at RTX in fast graphs, we can see that RTX trades at a blended PE of 26.59. They have an EPS yield of 3.76, a dividend yield of 1.73, with a 5-year dividend growth at 6.92% per year. Over the time frame shown, RTX has had an adjusted operating earnings growth rate of 6.83%. Fastgraphs has their fair value ratio at 15 times, and their normal PE is 17.36 times. The fair value is this gold colored line, and the normal PE is the blue colored line. If we look at their earnings over this time period, we can see that they've had 4 years of contracting EPS. This year is expected to be about 4%, and the next year is 11% according to the Analyst, and 2027 will be 13%. And I can't help but notice how extended RTX is above their normal PE and their fair value. I have never seen RTX over this 20-year period this far extended. That does give me some caution about making any additional purchases, because if we did return back to even the normal PE, then that would be a negative annual return. So this has me a little bit cautious about RTX. Turning to my RTX trades, I have entered into RTX on 15 different occasions for a total of about 78 shares, and I've exited the position about 8 times, and so I currently hold 30 shares at an average price of 86.31. My total return is 44.3%. I've entered those 15 trades. All of them have been winning trades so far for 100% win rate. If you find these earnings previews helpful, I would appreciate you subscribing to the channel so you are alerted to future videos as they get posted. I would also be grateful if you like the video to help support this channel. I wish you the best in your investment journey, and remember to trade well.